Okay, this is English in 3D. A fresh look at drills, dialogues, and dictation. These are three things that are super common in English class, right? And by drill here, I mean like bunke renshu, right? Not just written, but especially spoken drills. Dialogues, textbook conversations, and dictations, which is usually the teacher talking and you writing exactly what it is. But 3D, actually, so one meaning is those three words. But there's another meaning. What does 3D mean to you when you hear 3D? If you go to the movie theater in Tomiya and watch a 3D movie, what does that mean? You put on those glasses and, yeah, this is so weird. 3D is, it seems more real. It seems deeper, right? It has depth. It's a different view. And 3D, as I'm talking about it in class, means you have different choices. Because when you think about it, something I've been talking about all year is choices. Just a few minutes ago, I was talking to one group, and I said, are the Kyokusho, the official textbooks, interesting or not interesting? And the student said that we were talking about junior high Kyokusho, boring. Yeah, but you don't have to teach them that way. And I hope you don't teach them that way. Because if your students are bored, they're not learning very much. Now, you know this. You know that as a student, if you're interested, you learn more. You try harder. And that's what we're going to try to do with this class. Look at things in a different way. Right? And when I say look at things a different way, here's an example, and I don't know if you'll understand it. Have you ever heard of the movie Rashomon? Kitiko-tare? No. That's what I thought might be the problem. Have you ever heard of Kurosawa? The name, but you don't know. He was maybe Japan's greatest film director ever. And he made this really interesting movie called Rashomon. And in it, there are 3 or 4 main characters. There's the beautiful woman, the thief. Thief means goto, guy who steals stuff, right? There's also a hero who's like a samurai or something like that. And the other character is a ghost, Obate. And we see the same story from 4 different points of view. And it's like 4 different stories, which is what makes it so interesting. And that's what I'm saying we can do in class. Teach your lesson in more than one way. Because you're doing it anyway. What you experience is different than what I experience. Same lesson. Right? And what you think about, your life experience, and even the day right? It's a sunny day today. And so some people are like, yeah. And some people are like, but yesterday was bad weather and you're in a bad mood. And you experience the thing in a different way. We all experience things differently. So the idea here is let's try to teach things in different ways. Okay? Here's a useful thought. Creative thinking. I mean, the Monka Show says they want teachers to be more creative. And one of the things all of your teachers have been stressing is let's be creative. You can do better than just the textbook. Well, anyway, Rudolf Flesch, who's an education philosopher, said creative thinking may simply be realizing, simply understanding that doing things, that there's no particular virtue in doing things the way they've always been done. Virtue means good thing. There's no real reason to do things the same way your junior high teacher did it, your elementary school teacher did it. It's a different world than when you were in elementary school. We got more technology, we're more connected, we have the internet in a way we didn't before. You can do things differently. Okay, truth about this lesson. I have no answers. Okay, all I have is some questions. But I think they're interesting questions. And so that's what I want to do. On your handout, you have lots of words, but no answers, just things for you to think about. Okay? Think traditional tasks. Okay? What are traditional, well, what do I mean traditional tasks? I gave you 3 in the title, right? Drills, dialogues, dictation. Think about, for the purpose, you want to get a junior high English teacher's license. Think about junior high. What are traditional things that your teachers did in junior high? And by traditional, things that teachers have done, I mean, you guys are all about 20, to show 20 years old. So you did junior high 6, 7, 8 years ago. But what are tasks that your teachers did, that their teachers did, that your mom and dad's teachers did? Okay? And take just a minute, talk to your friends. People who are watching the video, maybe turn off the video for a minute and think of traditional tasks, maybe make some notes. Hi, talk to your friends, you got about a minute, go. Oh, and think, why do we use them? They're traditional, why do we keep them? Hi, talk to your friends. Okay, now I'm sorry for the real students are here. I'm going to go really fast because of the video, and I don't want to stop the camera. Okay, traditional things: drills, dialogue, drills, dictations, dialogues. Anything else that you think of traditional? Well, things I thought of. Did you do this in junior high? Oral reading means reading out loud. Ondoku. Yeah? Everybody did it. Why? Most teachers have no idea why they're doing it. I think there are good reasons to do it. But most people just do it because, which is not a good reason. Translation. Yeah? It's the sentences in English, you translate it to Japanese, or the sentences in Japanese, you translate it to English. Pronunciation order. We'll talk about that this semester. Hatsuon Renshu. I think it's very important. I think most of the pronunciation practice you've done in school has been a waste of time. Again, we'll talk about why. Pair work. Yeah, that's important. Most of us will teach big classes, right? And students don't get enough practice unless you have them in pairs or groups of 3, small groups. Drama technique. Yeah? Drama technique, like doing plays, acting it out. Guided visualization. That's when we've done this. When the teacher says, close your eyes, and like I tell you a story and you imagine. Now, you might look at this and say, wait a minute, pair work, drama technique, guided visualization, those aren't new. Well, it depends on. Or they are new, rather. They're not traditional. But I've been doing them for 30 or 40 years. So they're not new to me, but they might be new to you. What I'm saying is traditional is different for everybody. What I want to do is explore. I want you to imagine what you can do. Okay? And we're going to think about who decides what's traditional, old-fashioned, and what's modern, what's cool. Okay? And think about things you do that you like as a teacher, even though they're out of date. Many people criticize it. What do they object to? What are the problems? A good sentence might be, it is X, it should be, or tasks should be Y. An example is dictation. Dictation is very, very bottom up. It's word level, right? And doesn't have to be. But true story, tasks should be more balanced. Bottom up, yes, but also top down. True story. I was doing a dictation one time. I like dictation, but I think there are different ways you can do it. I said the sentence, think about this. Yesterday was a lousy day. Lousy means bad. I got a plate and missed breakfast. Think about that. Yesterday was a lousy day. I got a plate and missed breakfast. And one of my students wrote, I got a plate and missed breakfast. You see, what I was thinking was, I got up late and missed breakfast. But she lived in the dormitory, Gakusei-ryo. So she slept too late, went to the cafeteria, got a plate, but it was too late. She missed breakfast. But when you listen to it, I got a plate. I got up late. So I thought that was an interesting example of how she could hear the same thing, but have a different story in her mind. Okay, so we're going to look at traditional tasks and we keep them. Somehow they're useful. We're going to try to look at what makes them useful and how to make them better. All right, start with drills. Bunke Renshu. Can I ask you to talk to the person next to you? What do you like about drills? As a teacher, but also as a student. Okay? And by Bunke Renshu, the basic model I'm thinking of is the teacher says it and the students repeat. So a standard idea is table, this is a table. Window, this is a window. Door, this is a door. That's a drill, okay? What do you dislike about drills? Talk to your partner. People watching the video, turn off the video, think for about a minute. What do you like? What do you dislike? Hi. Okay, if you want a hint, some of you are already doing this, some are not. So if you want a hint, look at the front page of your handout, and there are some ideas. Okay, anything you like? Good things about drills. Well, they're very focused practice. You know what you're studying. You know what you're doing. And the first time you say something in a foreign language, it's hard, right? Example, repeat after me. Japan is an archipelago. Hi. Gomen. And everybody said, Japan is a... Because I said Japan is an archipelago. And you're like, huh? Archipelago means many, many islands. But you didn't know that. So you were just, It's hard. I remember when I first came to Japan, and in Nihongo class, the teacher was teaching us Moshiwake gozaimasen. And let me tell you, as a brand new gaijin, it was just like physically really hard for me to say. And do you find sometimes new English? It's hard. So a drill is a way to make it easier. Yeah. So it helps you say something difficult. Finally, students can do it. Students understand. That's why repeat after me is so popular. Because teachers understand it and students understand it. So those are good things about drills. Now, what's bad? Drills are often very boring. Yeah, and I've said this many times. Bored students do not learn. At least they don't learn very much. Usually, there's no thinking, no understanding. It's just say the sounds, right? Okay, drill. I don't know if you'll understand this joke or not. My friend defines drill as, well, this is one kind of drill. Yeah? And how do you say in English this action? To make a hole in something. That's called to bore. So my friend says drills, a tool for boring. but it doesn't have to be. Okay? I want to do a drill right now. This is, okay, there are many ways to do this drill. The way I want to do it is called ABC Picnic. And I'm going to come out there in a minute. So that's why I put my mask back on. Basically what happens is this. Our grammar is, if you nani nani, I'll nani nani. Okay? Now here's the deal. ABC Picnic. You and your partner, we can do it in twos or in threes. Either way is okay. You and your partner are going on a picnic. But it's an ABC picnic. You have to take one thing for every letter of the alphabet. One thing for A, one thing for B, one thing for C. Okay? So, for example, if you bring the apples, I'll bring the bananas. Okay? A, B. And then partner, and then slap hands. Like, okay? And then if you bring the bananas, I'll bring the cake. So B, C. If you bring the cake, C, I'll bring the D. Dog. Okay, good. You bring a dog, or I'll bring the donuts, or something that starts with D. Right? Okay, can you all stand up? And I'm going to come out there, so that's why I'm putting my mask back on. I'm going to turn the camera around so it can see you. Hold out your hands. Do the first one in a group of 2 or 3. Start the first one. If you bring the A, I'll bring the B. Apples, bananas, or any A, B, okay? And then the next person, B, C, C, D, Z to Z, okay? Except you don't need X, because nobody brings a xylophone to a picnic, okay? Ready? And it's a race. Who's fastest? Okay, so who's got no partner? Okay, why don't you got, yeah, that's, since we got 3 here, can you do over there 2 and 2, and can you come here? Yeah, yeah. And join this group, and so we have 2 and 2. Okay? Ready? Okay, ready? You're a group of 3. Okay. Okay, I'll leave this up. Ready, go. I'll bring some C. Okay. I'll bring the D. D. You just heard them. Okay. Philippine is but Filipino person is People watching the video, try it yourself. How quickly can you get almost all the letters? Where do you buy Q is hard. Who just died in England? Who died in England? In England, somebody famous. It was really hard. In England, who just died? In England, who died? Stack, okay. Many, many. Not fruit. Oh, summer fruit. Yeah. Oh, no, pass on here. Okay. Okay, great. Have a seat. Have a seat. Two or three things I'll point out. Some of the letters were hard. Yeah? What'd you get for K? K. Knife. That's a good idea. Okay. What'd you guys get? Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know why. People usually don't think of KFC, but it's so common for picnics, right? What'd you get for V? Violin, okay. Vegetables, yeah. So some were easy, some were hard. Q was very hard. Some of you brought the Queen, which makes sense. Not many foods. Do you know there's a French pie made of eggs? Quiche. But it's Q, so it sounds like K, right? But it's actually Q. Hi. Okay. Now the reason I like this drill. Okay, this is the first conditional, which if you nani nani, I'll nani nani, which is chusan kana. I think. Anyway, it's considered high-level grammar. But the same idea, ABC travel, you and your partner are taking a trip around the world. We're going to go to Alaska, then we're going to go to Bangkok. We're going to go to Bangkok, then we'll go to China or Chiba. I mean, it can be in Japan, right? China, then we're going to go to Denmark. A trip around the world. That is going to future, which is, I think, junior high school too, right? Or even, I have used this in junior high, like the first couple of weeks. And this was, and now in Japan, English starts in elementary school, right? But when I was teaching in junior high, that was the beginning. But I just said ABC and just nouns. So you have an album, I have a book. You have a book, I have a cat. You have a cat, I have a dog. And they were using English words from Japanese. Album, book, cat. I mean, cat is not Japanese, but every Japanese kid knows the word cat, right? So that's an example of a drill. You did it 26 times, so 25 if you left out X. So you were saying the same sentence over and over. It was a drill, but you were adding to it, and it felt like a game, not like a regular drill. Okay, in your handout, can you find the page that says animal? It says, do you have ESP? Yeah? It's the first middle page. Okay? And how this works is, do you know ESP? Telepathy. Sending messages just by thinking. Right? Sometimes you see this on television. Somebody concentrates, tries to send a message. We're going to try it. Okay. Here's our sentence. Is it a nantoka? What it is I have an animal in this bag. I'm going to try to send the message. I'm going to think of the animal and try to send the message from my brain to your brain. And see if you get it. So what I'd like you to do is maybe close your eyes. Relax. Do you, in your mind, do you get a picture of an animal? Okay? Ready? What's the animal? Hi. What's the animal? Is it a nani-nani? Just guess. It's not. This is not a test, right? What do you think? Is it a nani?
Horse.
Is it a
Horse.
horse? Is it a horse? No, it's more dangerous than a horse. Good ESP. It is a tiger. Okay. If she had guessed something else, let's say, is it a dog? No, it's more beautiful. You see, what I'm doing here is, okay, it's bigger than, smaller than, more beautiful, more dangerous. Okay? Can I ask you, just do one or two animals with your partner. Think of it, partner, guess, is it a nani-nani? And count how many guesses. Go. About 1 minute. And remember, every time you answer no, it has to be no, it's bigger than, no, it's more, nani-nani. Go, man, I just looked at my watch and we're running out of time. So what you do, you count the answers. So let's say the first time we took 2, and the next time 4, and the next time is 3, and I add it up, and that's 9, and I divide by 3 games, and the ESP score is 3. That's just to make it into a game. Okay, I want to do 2 others real quickly. Did we talk about jazz chants when we were doing listening? Well, I'll do this very quickly. Okay, you know, what's jazz? You know the word jazz. It's music, yeah, but what is special about jazz? What makes jazz different than other kinds of music? The rhythm, right? The beat. And do you know the word chant? Maybe not. Chant is not speaking, not singing. It's like halfway in the middle, right? If you go to a temple or a shrine at New Year's and the priest is doing that, you know, that's a chant, okay? Now this chant is called Where's the Bank? Okay? And let me do it once and then we'll repeat it. Let me just show you. It starts out, come on, can you all help me? Can you snap your fingers? Snap your fingers or tap your desk or whatever. Keep rhythm, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Excuse me, where's the bank? Go down this street to the corner and then turn right. Go down that street to Main Street and then turn left. When you get to the park, you'll see it on the left. Did you say, I go down this street to the corner and then turn right? I go down that street to Main Street and then turn left. When I get to the park, I'll see it on my left, right. Left, no, right. Not left, go right. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay? Cool. Let's do it once together. At your table, the people on this side, you are asking. You're the words in black. Okay? Excuse me, where's the bank? People on this side, you are answering. You're the words in blue. Okay? And just for fun, now, usually in class, I would do this as separate steps. But this time, whenever you say left, raise your left hand. Whenever you say right, raise your right hand. Whenever you say street, make a gesture like street. Like a straight line, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Go back. 1, 2, ready, go. Excuse me, where's the bank? Go down this street to the, and then turn right. Go down that street to Main Street, and then turn left. When I get to the park, you'll see it on your right. Did you say, I go down this street to the corner and then turn right? I go down that street to Main Street and then turn left. When I get to the park, I'll see it on my left, right. Whoops, right. Left, no, right. Not left, go right. All right. Yeah. And the yeah's got to be really cool, right? It's not like yeah. It's like yeah. Right? Okay. And then what I do in class, which we don't have time to do today, but the students very, very, very quickly learn it. Right? Because chants are kind of like songs. And remember, when you were in elementary school or junior high, did you learn a song in English? Yeah? And do you still remember? Probably. You don't remember anything else from junior high 1, but you probably remember the song. Well, what I do after students know it, I just show them the pictures and they remember. Like, what's this? Da, 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 da. Excuse me. Go down this street to the corner and then turn right. Go down that street to Main Street and then turn left. When I get to the park, you see it on the left. Did you say? And then we repeat it. That's a jazz chant. And jazz chants are wonderful ways to practice. And when we get to the speaking part of this course, we'll talk more about them. And then I take it a step further. Giving directions, I like using blindfolds, right? And I take little, they're like ohajiki, like flat coins made out of glass. And we use them. I give the students the how to say it. Turn left, turn right, go straight. Then students work in pairs. One student is blindfolded. Each pair has a color, and I scatter these ohajiki all over the classroom. and the pairs have to go and find them, but only the student with the blindfold can pick them up. The other student has to give hints, or not hints, but directions. Okay? Now, what we don't have time to do, this is what I want you to think about before next class. With drills, these are the questions on page 1, on the front page. What are the options? When do students respond? Usually in a drill, the teacher says it and the students repeat. Do they respond right away? Or do they pause? Just something to think about. I find sometimes pausing, I don't want the best students to always get everything right and the weaker students not. So by having a pause, it gives weaker students time to think. Where do the substitutions come from? Substitutions are, like I gave the example, this is a table, window, this is a window, door, this is a door. Window, door, those are the substitutions. Usually the teacher says them, right? But think about the ABC drill. I gave you apple, banana, cake as the example, but you came up with dog and eggs and fruit and whatever. Do we proceed, that means go before, do we do a drill before a pair work or a group work? Just to practice, drill the target forms. Just a way of practicing. Pair work is usually fun. Group work is usually fun. And I want them to be enjoyable, but I want them to practice useful English. So I'll do a drill for like 1 minute, 2 minutes before a pair work so they practice the target language. Okay, so we talked about these. We talked about drills. Next week, you'll do the video for part 2, where we'll talk about dictation and dialogues. Okay? So thank you for participating today, and thank you in advance for doing the next part next week.